I boo-hooed. I said, oh, the club put me in there. No. I put myself in there. I did what I had to do as a Hell's Angel.
You know, my daddy always, if you got in a fight and you came home with a bloody nose, did you hit him back? If you didn't hit him back, Dad put you in the car and took you back over there and told you going up in that yard and get your shit done and be a man.
They got their walls drove through by gangs, by the FBI gang, and all that shit happened to that chapter, right? Like those guys go through their being a big motorcycle club.
And you could see a body laying out in front. And here's this dude running around up there with no, just had his sweatshirt on. And he tells me he's a Hell's Angel. Even after all that, I still wanted to join the Hell's Angels.
People out there, man, that are just natural followers. And they just fall right in line with that type of program. But not 1%ers, man. 1%ers don't ask permission.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin With Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx. And today, we're going to talk about, will the Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club become a target of law enforcement and become a motorcycle gang? Will they be categorized that in the U.S. and in Canada? Because there's a lot of talk going around in Canada. I've noticed a lot of different posts from some reputable places, and they're saying some crazy stuff. We're going to get into that and a bunch of other things today, only on Chattin With Staxx. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. I apologize for not being here yesterday. I had a bunch of things to do, but we're back in business. And we got some things to show you. I told you guys, and I wasn't playing. Oh yeah, finally got it. Bam. So, and this is it's not plastic. Believe it or not plastic. And I seen the comments on the community tab. They said, "Oh, you had a thing made yourself." No. Didn't have it made myself. That would be nice, though, right? That would be nice. But shout out to the MMAM Hall of Fame for my induction. It feels amazing. I'm really proud of how far I took this. The work I do, and for it to be recognized like that, it's insane, because not everybody can say they got one of those. But guess what? I can say it. But anyway, shout out to everybody who supported me through all this, everything. I really appreciate all you guys. I couldn't have done it without you. You guys are a big part of the reason why I even do what I do. Keegan, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Cheers from Toronto. Jason, what's up, man? How are you? Scrap Iron's in the building. Lisa, how are you? Lindsay, thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video, tell everybody about it. Tell everybody about it. Tomorrow, you know what tomorrow is, right? Tomorrow's the big day. And it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Somebody commented, so why don't you just leave Spider's club life alone? Why don't you just leave him alone? Stop picking on the small guy. No, absolutely not. They're like, oh, he's probably got mental health problems. He'll probably do something crazy. Well, that'll be his own problem, won't it, that? I think people that do the stuff that he's doing, they need to be outed for being frauds. Like, you can't be doing stuff like that. And we're going to show you guys exactly what's going on tomorrow, 1 o'clock, or it might be 12 o'clock. Don't miss it. It's going to be a good one. I promise you that. I got a lot of videos, pictures, and all that to go along with all of everything I'm about to say tomorrow. So, you know, we do the super exposing over here for the frauds that want to act like something they're not. I mean, it's pretty simple. You Photoshop pictures of your face on other people's bodies. I'm going to show everybody the hypocrisy in the shit that you say. And that's it. I mean, that's the bottom line. Jimster, how you doing? We got an interview dropping with me and the Jimster, the former Twin Outlaw Brotherhood member, and he's got a lot to say about them guys. So stay tuned for that. One's going to be dropping soon. Hey, Philip Skarsik, what's going on, man? They already are. You think they are already being targeted? I think they are too. Tiffany, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you. Mr. EG, what's going on, man? Congratulations, Staxx. The hard work, you deserve it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Any 1% clubs is highly investigated, especially if the leader was the former Hells Angel. I believe that too. I mean, when he left, right? When Harley Gwendon left, I believe he was the vice president, wasn't he? He was not like just a regular member. He was an officer. Staxx, no more missing shows. I'm sorry to throw your whole schedule off, my friend. I apologize. I had a lot to do yesterday, but I got a lot done, and I'm going to keep bringing you guys a bunch of content. I apologize about the video from last night, too. Had to change some things up, but we got some more videos for you guys. Wilson, how you doing? Happy Friday. Shout out to the chat. East Coast Less Lethal. Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? John, what's up, man? Cheers from the Hammer. Shout out to the Hammer. John Bloodwater. V, congratulations from Vice Oshawa, SCMC. Matter of fact, I got some news about Satan's Choice. I will be interviewing another member of Satan's Choice today. So stay tuned. That interview will probably drop tomorrow, and you guys will see what he has to say. I'm going to ask him all kinds of questions, and it'll give you guys more clarity on what's going on. If you guys already don't have enough clarity, I mean, I interviewed Harley Gwendon. I asked him quite a bit of questions, and I tried to get like the best detailed picture on what was really going on that I could. I think I asked him a lot of good ones. Hey, Staxx, haven't been a while. I wish you covered Dominique crypto scam. Oh yeah, I don't deal with the whole mafia bullshit no more, man. It's them guys are just cornballs, and I don't have time for it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like not even worth my time. Those people aren't worth my time. They're gonna fade off into obscurity anyway. You know, that dude's a straight scam artist. You knew he tried to sue me, right? And he lost. Al Rose, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Shout out to BC, Canada. You left the mob rats alone and moved on to the biker. The biker fakes. No, I like the biker stories a lot better. I think it's more interesting. The mob is just, it's corny, man. It's corny. Them people are corny. It really is. I mean, I don't always cover biker fakes. I cover a lot of real serious people too, you know. Darren, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Tommy's in the building. He does a lot of everything, but mostly biker news. Yeah, I do a lot of biker news, a lot of ex-bikers that talk. And I just want their stories. I don't need the club stories. I don't need to know about the club's history or any inside information about the club. That's not the type of stuff that I'm looking for when I ask someone to tell their story. I ask for their story, how they got involved with motorcycles, what made them want to join a motorcycle club. I don't need all the extra drama. None of that matters, you know. I just want to hear their story. Sometimes certain motorcycle clubs will get mad that I have a certain person on, but I don't need them to tell the club's story. I want the individual story. You know what I'm saying? And I got to make something clear. The other day I made a post about Hellboy making a post on Facebook, and I have to say that his post doesn't reflect the pagans as a whole. He doesn't speak for the pagans. His post was an individual thing, individual thoughts, and that's it. He doesn't speak for the club. I just got to make that known because people might take it the wrong way, but he does not speak for the club. Um, Jimster says, I won't fade off. No, the mob rats will. Rats still thinking that they are in the mob still. 100%. 100% they do. You're doing an amazing job, Mr. Staxx. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to keep bringing you the dopest content around. I mean, I work at this every day, and I don't pay attention to the nonsense noise all around. I just put blinders on and do my own thing. I'm only worried about myself. If you worry about yourself, you can't go wrong, right? When people are worried about all these other people and what people are doing, it throws you off track, and I don't have time for any of that. Craig, how you doing? Thank you for joining me, Craig. We got a lot to talk about today. There's a lot in the news. Tiffany, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I'm very excited for this. Like, this is huge. And if you guys don't know, I got Writer and Documentarian of the Year. Writer and Documentarian of the Year. And this is not plastic. Believe it or not plastic. This thing's heavy. I'm very happy. I got the plaque, the trophy, and the ring. We got Tommy in the building. V. Becker, what's up, man? Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Am I missing anyone? Darren, Tommy, Jimster, Craig. There's been some motorcycle crashes we got to talk about. There's been some busts. Mike, what's going on? 81 support. Morning, Staxx. Good morning. About yourself and being a good human. 100%. That's all I do. Bill, I'll email you today about Spider. Do that. If anyone has any information on Spider, make sure you send it to me. I got a lot. Trust me, I got a lot. We're going to talk about it. And listen, I got nothing against the guy personally. I'm just going to point out the obvious, right? The Photoshop pictures, the bullshit. And I'm going to point out the obvious. We're going to go over some videos. Be real, and others will follow. 100%. Wildcard, how you doing? Good afternoon, Staxx, and everyone in the chat. I got the best chat in the business. I really do. That's a badass, man. You're getting awards. Hell yeah. It feels good, man. It really does. Congratulations, Staxx. You deserve it. Dragon Classy, what's up? I really appreciate all you guys, every single one of you. At CMC Chicago Don, what's going on? I will be interviewing one of your brothers today, a little later. I'll drop the interview tomorrow, probably. So the first thing we're going to talk about, if you guys don't know, it's been a crazy motorcycle accident in Nebraska. A Nebraska man dies after a motorcycle crash versus car at an intersection. You know, that's one of the biggest leads to crashes is cars pulling out in front of bikes. Happens every day. And it's really sad. Let me see what the hell is going on with the sound. I don't know. I got no sound. Can you guys hear me good? I got absolutely no sound over here. Technical difficulties. You always run into them, right? Let's see here. All right. Let's see. What the fuck? Still no sound. What the fuck? I mean, it's sad. A lot of people are passing away because of distracted drivers, people on their cell phones, or people just not having enough respect for motorcycles in general. I mean, wait till you see this chick. Wait till you see this the woman talking on the news. She looks just wait.
Authorities say a northeast Nebraska man is dead after a car collided with a motorcycle. It happened Tuesday morning in Dixon County. The Dixon County Sheriff's Office say the crash happened just after 5:30 Tuesday morning at the intersection of Nebraska Highway 9 and 35, just north of the Wakefield community. The sheriff's office says the motorcycle was hit by the car as it tried to turn across the intersection. The driver of the motorcycle, 35-year-old Ernesto de la Cruz of Wakefield, was flown by helicopter to an Omaha hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, the driver of the car, Kane Pacheco Escobar of Allen, Nebraska, was taken to a hospital in Wayne with minor injuries.
I mean, that street was a straight shot, right? The street was a straight shot. How do you turn into a motorcycle when it's a straight shot? Like, it's like, how do you not see them? Or are you on the phone? You're distracted. Like, it happens every day, and people just aren't paying enough attention. A lot of people are passing away because of motorcycle accidents, and it's sad. Every single day, there's a lot of these constant. I mean, I told you I could sit here and just read these over and over and over. But we got another case to talk about in Ocean City, Maryland. 5 people associated with the Sin City Disciples have been arrested. Let's talk about this situation. I think some of them were members. So 5 people associated with the Sin City Disciples Outlaw Motorcycle Club have been sentenced after pleading guilty in connection with an interstate motorcycle theft ring, according to a press release from the Maryland Attorney General's office. Attorney General Anthony Brown announced Wednesday that the defendants pleaded guilty to participating in criminal organization engaging in motorcycle theft scheme exceeding $100,000. According to the release, defendants were connected to at least 19 stolen motorcycles, including thefts during Ocean City Biker Fest in September. Can you imagine getting out of like a bar or something, your bike's gone? I mean, I've been there, and I've had it happen to me where I've gone outside to go take a ride, and my shit's gone, nowhere to be found. It's not a good feeling, really isn't. So the Maryland Attorney General's office said the convictions came in a multi-jurisdictional investigation is led by Organized Crime Unit, according to the release. The investigation involved a coordinated motorcycle theft enterprise operating across Worcester, Anne Ardell, Baltimore, and Prince George counties, all parts of Virginia and Pennsylvania. According to the release, investigators found that the defendants formed a criminal organization, were linked to at least 19 high-value stolen motorcycles, primarily Harley-Davidson models from dealerships and large-scale motorcycle events. Attorney General's office said that the groups specifically targeted custom motorcycles belonging to people attending the 2024 Ocean City Bike Fest. The members of this crime ring treated Bike Fest attendees and motorcycle dealerships as easy targets, stealing and dismantling people's prized possessions to fund their criminal enterprise, Brown said in a release. These sentences shows that our office will prosecute any criminal organization that seeks to prey on Marylanders and profit from their losses. Now wait till you hear their sentences. Insane how much time they got. The release says members of the organization traveled together to identify motorcycles, stole them in coordinated groups, used stash houses to store and dismantle stolen vehicles, transported motorcycles across state lines, and sold motorcycles and parts for profit. According to the Attorney General's office, the group frequently changed license plates, removed identifying features, and used stolen motorcycles to commit additional thefts. A large portion of the thefts happened during Biker Fest in Ocean City. According to the release, the Attorney General's office said the defendants stole numerous motorcycles over multiple days, abandoning some along Route 50 and transported others to stash locations. Damn, they're just like, oh, we're not going to take that one. They just dump it on the side of the road. And they stashed others in Baltimore County for resale or parts. Between November 2025 and March of 2026, all the defendants pleaded guilty before the judge in Worcester County Circuit Court, according to the release. Jermaine Banga Holland was sentenced to 20 years of incarceration. 20 fucking years for stealing motorcycles. Can you believe that? They do not fuck around in Maryland. So this guy, Banger Holland, was sentenced to 20 years of incarceration, and the Attorney General's office says that Holland is facing additional charges in Virginia and Pennsylvania for similar conduct. So he's sitting in prison on a 20-year sentence, and he has to go to Virginia and Pennsylvania to face more charges. So how much time do you think is going to get added on to his 20-year sentence? Like, that's insane, just for stealing motorcycles. I mean, it's a little deeper than just stealing motorcycles, right? They were a part of like a bigger scheme. The Darius Slugs Wilson was sentenced to 20 years of incarceration with all but 10 years suspended. He was also ordered to pay restitution and serve 5 years of supervised probation after his release. Marquis Smith, his road name is Starretti, Stairdy, Starretti. He was sentenced to 10 years of incarceration with all but 5 years suspended. According to the release, Smith also pleaded guilty to illegal possession of ammunition. He was ordered to pay restitution and serve 5 years of supervised probation after his release. I think these are all state charges, if I'm not mistaken. Megan Pyro Wilson was sentenced to 5 years of incarceration, all but 2 years suspended. She was ordered to pay restitution and serve 4 years supervised probation after her release. Kai Stiff Burrell was sentenced to 5 years of incarceration with all but 67 days suspended. He is ordered to pay $3,000 fine and pay $500 in restitution and serve 5 years of supervised probation. According to the Attorney General's office, all 5 defendants are prohibited from having contact with outlaw motorcycle clubs or 1% clubs. including the Sin City Disciples, as part of their probation. They are also barred from attending future motorcycle-focused events, including Ocean City Bike Fest. The release says the defendants must also remove gang-related imagery or referencing from social media or personal materials. So they have to remove any pictures of them wearing cuts and support shirts. Listen to what else they got to follow. They are also further prohibited from selling or promoting outlaw motorcycle gang paraphernalia. No support shirts. They can't sell them. They can't wear them. Nothing. And they're banned from entering Harley dealerships or engaging in conduct that would associate them with motorcycle club activity. So it looks like they ain't buying any motorcycles anytime soon, not from the dealership. So according to a release, Darius and Megan Wilson were married and are permitted to have contact with each other. Ocean City Police Chief Raymond Austin said in a release that this case reinforced the town's commitment to public safety and accountability. We will be clear, Ocean City is not a place for unlawful behavior, Austin said in the release. If you choose to break the law, you will be investigated and you will be held accountable. So, I mean, shit, that the fucking first guy, he must be the alleged ringleader. 20 fucking years. And you notice he didn't get any supervised release or any of that bullshit. This dude got straight up. Jermaine Holland, he was sentenced to 20 years of incarceration, and he faces additional charges in Virginia and Pennsylvania. So he doesn't have no 10 years suspended with supervised probation. This dude just got 20 years. So he took he got the bad end of the deal, definitely did. What do you guys think of that? So Gotti, right? The Gotti Carmine Agnello, he gets what? 4 months in prison for stealing $1 million. These guys steal some motorcycles. This guy gets 20 years. It's just, what? How did that work? Where do they do that at? Like, it makes no sense. But I guess it's a big deal, like taking things over state lines, stolen anything. You take it over state lines, it's like more charges. So if the government pulls patches, it would be more difficult to see who actually members are. 100%. I think so too. If they make a patch ban, they're not going to know who's in the club at all. None of them. They're not going to know. But if they do start doing that type of stuff, right? They're not going to be able to be in groups either. They're going to stop all that shit too. If they do a patch ban, they're going to stop people from associating in big groups. They'll say like anything over 3 people is an organized group, and they'll try to stop that too. I think it's a terrible thing to do. It's violating people's rights 100%. I could see lawsuits flying. It's going to be not good. But we already know that they're trying to do this shit in Florida and in Texas. They already passed a law in Quebec, right? The patch ban and all that shit in Quebec. And all the big clubs have to follow it. But that's one of the questions I have is Satan's Choice gonna be on that list? You know how they have a list of all the dangerous motorcycle clubs and all this shit? Is Satan's Choice gonna be on that list? And I'm gonna look it up right here and find out if they are. Are you ready for this? So, is Satan's Choice considered a criminal organization? The answer? Yes. Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club is considered an outlaw motorcycle gang and a criminal organization by law enforcement, particularly in Canada. Founded in 1965, the club has a history of involvement with drug trafficking, violence, organized crime, and police monitoring its recent 2025 revival and potential illegal activity. So the answer is yes, they will be looking at them as a criminal organization. There's been some posts online that we're going to go over in a minute that, like, doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. When you put the 1%er on, they deem you immediately. I believe that too. CMC, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Lisa, how are you? Hey guys, I'm glad you're still live, Staxx. I had to run out. No problem. David, how you doing, man? The mafia is pretty much obsolete at this point, right? It's just a different world. And they're all politicians now. And the people that are online are just cornballs, man. I just can't deal with it no more, you know? It's corny. Very corny world. So, in other news, let me see here. All right, this is pretty recent. This is as of today. Kodak Black, the rapper. He was arrested. But guess what? He just got released from jail after narcotics arrest. He's ordered to keep his nose clean, per se. Rapper was freed from Florida jail Thursday after posting $75,000 bail. As you know, Kodak was busted Wednesday after police say they linked him to some MDMA, a synthetic hallucinogenic drug, during a 2025 incident in Orlando. According to new documents, the judge imposed special conditions on Kodak's release from jail, requiring him first and foremost to stay away from illegal drugs. The judge also ordered Kodak not to have contact with associates or return to the alleged crime scene or even carry a gun. Well, come on. He's a convicted felon. Why would he even be able to? And as you guys know, President Trump gave this guy a pardon. For what reason? I have no idea. This guy was like going to be put under the jail, and all of a sudden he got a pardon from the president. Like, I don't know how that works, but he just keeps getting in trouble over and over and over. Apparently, he got caught in a pretty bad neighborhood, and they were all standing outside their cars, right? There was like a BMW SUV, and there was a fucking Lamborghini Urus in this shitty neighborhood. And these guys are all standing around the cars, drinking and smoking. And the cops pull up, and they have paraphernalia and stuff in plain view of the police. So in November of 2025, police responded to a call of gunshots in Orlando Street, finding two idling vehicles, Kodak standing nearby with others, according to the affidavit arrests. Cops searched the vehicles, discovering a pink bag of MDMA and $37K in one of his cars. The affidavit says, at the time, Kodak was not arrested. I mean, who on earth would not be arrested at the time besides a fucking famous rapper, right? Anyone else would be arrested. I don't get it. But an official report was generated last month and showed the MDMA weighed 25.34 grams. What the fuck? So he gets caught with that much shit and doesn't get arrested at the time. which is well over the trafficking weight of 14 grams, triggering Kodak's recent arrest. Kodak's attorney, Bradford Cohen, called the case a total joke because Kodak was nowhere near the bag containing the MDMA at the scene. It was just his car with his fucking name on the title and shit, you know? The bag that it was in had his fucking jail ID in the bag. Adding that the police had no probable cause to later arrest the rapper, Cohen said that they're going to fight the drug trafficking charge and get it dismissed ASAP. I mean, you can't make this shit up. What do you guys think? I mean, he looks like he's on something, don't he? You can't make this shit up. You can't fucking beer in front of my house in the sidewalk, I'd be arrested 100%, right? But these guys get to get caught with bags full of shit in their pocket and nothing happens to them. It's insane. The man with a bag, everyone's friend, right? Yeah. He's in the hood, too. He's in a Lamborghini Urus, standing in the hood with all these people standing around his fucking car. In Canada, marijuana is legal. You can have shit ton of plants at home. You can actually buy marijuana from the government. Yeah, they have it here too, where but you have to have like a medical card, but you can buy it at the store without a medical card. But I'm not sure. Like a lot of people figure, oh, it's legal. So they like start selling pounds and all this. You can't do that. The government wants their money regardless. They want tax money. They want money. They're not going to just allow that shit to happen. They want their cut too, you know? I'm from Minnesota and people smoke pot walking down the street. Yeah, that happens all over the place. I mean, everywhere I go, I could smell it. I've been to multiple states. You can smell it all over the place. There's a couple places where it's not legal, like New Hampshire is one of them. Where else? I think Florida. Florida's not legal. Yeah, the crackheads can smoke again. And that brings us to our next case, right? Hold on. This is a crazy story. Okay, let's see. I don't know if you guys know, but this was a pretty big story in the news. You guys might. Yeah, and they charge you an arm and a leg for that shit too, right? If you guys aren't aware, they did a huge raid on MacArthur Park. And tons of people got arrested. I think 18 people got arrested. Federal agents went into MacArthur Park in California. Pretty sure it's like in LA, near LA. So federal authorities arrest 18 for alleged drug distribution around LA Park. Los Angeles federal authorities said they arrested 18 people Wednesday on charges related to illicit drug deals, including fentanyl and methamphetamine around Los Angeles Park. The area, called MacArthur Park, was densely populated immigrant community west of downtown LA, where federal immigration authorities and the National Guard made a brief but mighty show of force last summer. In this week's raid, authorities seized 20 pounds of fentanyl in a single home. U.S. Attorney General's office said 2 people were arrested. A couple from South Los Angeles are believed to be the main source from the drugs sold in the park, which were stashed in a storefront and distributed to street-level dealers, authorities said. We're here today because California policy failed. First, assistant U.S. attorney said during a news conference announcing the arrest. MacArthur Park should be for families. It should be for residents of Los Angeles, not for drug dealers and gangsters. They announced the arrest alongside officials in the Drug Enforcement Administration and Los Angeles Police Department in the park. It's drawn a number of homeless encampments and has been the site of an open-air drug market for recent years. While one portion of MacArthur Park is often busy with families picnicking, kids playing soccer, vendors hawking food and toys, other side regularly features people lighting up pipes and outreach teams treating people with drug addiction. The park is surrounding areas are part of a heavily condensed gang territory, federal authorities say. According to the criminal complaint, South LA couple Mallory Lopez and Jackson Turfer serve as one of the main sources of the drug distribution in the area, generally on behalf of the 18th Street Gang. The two allegedly hand-deliver narcotics to the storefront in Alvarado Corridor, a street that serves in the eastern border of the park where many drug transactions would take place. The other defendants in the complaint were surveilled and caught selling drugs from undercover federal agents. Lopez and Turfer have not been assigned attorneys in court yet and could not be reached for comment. Of course, they're in federal custody. Aerial TV footage showed agents gathered outside the strip of businesses across the street from the park, one appearing to use a chainsaw to cut through the business wall. They posted a video on social media X platform on LAPD officers assisting with the effort and a home and residential neighborhood being raided. They said the appointed President Trump said that the area's struggles are a result of failed California policies, including tax consequences for drug issues and programs involved with handing out clean needles and Narcan, life-saving emergency medication for fatal overdoses. Wednesday's operation involved more than 200 personnel from the DEA. Special agent in charge from Los Angeles said that the operation began Tuesday night and 3 warrants executed in the morning at residences and other locations in Southern California. 6 warrants were served at businesses found to be selling narcotics in MacArthur Park. Investigators have targeted the Sinaloa cartels as the supplier for the fentanyl and methamphetamine in the area. Defendants are set to appear in court on Tuesday. 7 others remain fugitives. The city of LA recently announced a project to capture rainstorm runoff into a lake, as well as put a new landscaping walking paths into the feature to improve the parks. See what happens with all that shit. Sounds crazy over there, don't it? Like, who would want to go walk through a park that's like that, that's overrun by people? I mean, I was down in Philadelphia, right? I've been to Los Angeles before too. I was in Philadelphia. Insane out there. Crazy. But I hear they cleaned it up quite a bit. When I was out there were cops, right? There's videos on my YouTube channel. Cops sitting right there, and they're just doing their thing right in front of the cops. It's just insane. So dirty out there. Rats are running around. There's dealers everywhere. It was just crazy. It's crazy that they let it get that far, right? And they weren't doing nothing. Kids got to walk by that shit to go to school every day. It's crazy. Like, how are you supposed to put up with that shit? So here's another situation that happened 8 alleged gang members associated and charged in months-long investigation. This is out of Boston, Massachusetts. According to officials, 8 alleged gang members and associates tied to the Boston-based gangs are facing drugs and firearm charges following month-long investigation across parts of southern Massachusetts. According to the U.S. Attorney General's office, federal indictment on Thursday charges 7 alleged members and associates of the Columbia Point Dogs and the Johnson Road Gang with firearms and drug-related offenses. An 8th defendant was charged separately in a federal complaint about being a felon in possession of ammunition. Investigators said the 7-month investigation focused on alleged gun and drug trafficking activity in Boston, Brockton, Randolph, and the surrounding communities. Prosecutors alleged from January 2025 through April 21st, 2026, defendants Ryu Williams, Champion Brown, William Brown, Jillian Cabello conspired to illegally deal firearms without a license. Authorities said that the group allegedly sold 18 firearms to an undercover agent and cooperating witness during the investigation, including rifles, tactical style weapons, Glock pistols with obliterated serial numbers, several machine guns, conversion devices, often as switches. During the search of Champion Brown's apartment, investigators said they recovered approximately 21 machine gun conversion devices and 5 firearms, including 2 AR-style pistols. Officials said 2 of the firearms had obliterated serial numbers and 1 had a switch attached. The conduct alleged is frightening, to say the least. In addition to the 2 AR-style pistols, other firearms today we see is approximately 21 machine gun conversion devices, commonly referred to as switches, in just one apartment, the U.S. attorney said. These devices convert semi-automatic pistols into fully automatic machine guns capable of firing hundreds of shots in seconds. I think it goes without saying that today's arrest seizure has made the community way safer. According to the court documents, the switches are designed to convert semi-automatic pistols into fully automatic capable weapons, firing constantly with the pull of the trigger. Federal authorities also allege that Williams, King, and Aram and Junior Lewis conspired to distribute fentanyl and crack cocaine. The investigation said the search warrant executed at Akram's residence resulted in the seizure of more than 1 kilogram of fentanyl. Authorities also recovered a privately made ghost gun and ammunition from the home. Martins were charged separately. ATF special agent in charge. Today's arrest highlights the ATF's mission to fight against violent crime. For those looking to commit drug and violent crimes in the community, you will not find a safe haven in the city of Boston, the ATF said. The ATF is committed to using every available resource to targeting those contributing to the cycle of violence in these neighborhoods by distributing drugs and trafficking firearms. The success of the investigation included the efforts of many state and local partners, and the ATF will continue a hands-on approach to making the community safer. Prosecutors said some of the defendants still have prior federal convictions and are currently on supervised release. Well, what do you know? They're still on supervised release. Well, maybe this won't violate their parole, right? Authorities also noted that Miles King was already on pretrial release for a pending state case for murder at the time of the federal charges. If convicted, several defendants could face a mandatory minimum sentence ranging from 5 years to life in prison, depending on the charges. I'll keep you guys updated on more information as it becomes available. Jimster, thank you for getting a membership. I appreciate it, man. I got another wild story for you guys. You guys might have heard about this. A driver was arrested. There's a video showing her hopping the curb and chasing a child that's riding a motorbike. Did you guys see this video? I'm about to show it to you. This is insane. Crazy. THC drinks. I've seen them before. I filmed the marijuana. I forgot the name of it. Something that in Washington D.C. I got hired to film them going to the White House, and they had a whole bunch of shit there. But I don't partake in that type of shit, so I used to, but not anymore. Anyway, what's this crazy shit? You guys ain't gonna believe this. This is a little kid riding his like little motorized motorcycle, like a little like dirt bike or something, right? Watch this.
Oh my God.
Wild new video.
That's a little kid. Like this chick is crazy for that. Like this is like I'm almost speechless seeing this.
Oh my God.
Wild new video out of the state of Washington shows a car speeding down a sidewalk, chasing this child on a motorbike. Video captured by a neighbor and released by the Spokane County Sheriff's Office shows the moments leading up to the close call. You hear the driver slamming on the horn.
This lady's crazy.
Then the silver Ford Focus turns toward the child. The kid tries to speed away
Trying to run.
as the woman behind the wheel jumps the
That's
curb,
crazy.
nearly hitting him. Thankfully, no one was hurt in this incident that police call extremely dangerous. One tabloid dubbing the driver Ford Focus Karen. Officials say she's actually 56-year-old Wendy Clemente. She fled the scene but was later arrested after trying to enter a random stranger's home. When asked about the incident, the sheriff's office says she told deputies she couldn't remember it and later admitted to police she had been drinking. It's still unclear why she drove towards the child. Efforts to reach.
She needs to go to prison for attempted murder. You see this shit? That's crazy. And she said she doesn't remember she was drinking. That is just crazy. That is crazy. What do you guys think should happen to this woman that was drunk chasing this young kid down on a sidewalk?
Oh my God.
Wild new video out of the state of Washington shows a car speeding down a sidewalk, chasing this child on a motorbike. Video captured by a neighbor and released by the Spokane County Sheriff's Office shows the moments leading up to the close call. You hear the driver slamming on the horn.
This lady's crazy.
Then the silver Ford Focus turns toward the child. The kid tries to speed away
Trying to run.
as the woman behind the wheel jumps the curb, nearly hitting him. Thankfully, no one was hurt in this incident that police call extremely dangerous. One tabloid dubbing the driver Ford Focus Karen. Officials say she's actually 56-year-old Wendy Clemente. She fled the scene but was later arrested after trying to enter a random stranger's home. When asked about the incident, the sheriff's office says she told deputies she couldn't remember it and later admitted to police she had been drinking. It's still unclear why she drove towards the child. Efforts to reach Clemente were unsuccessful. She now faces several charges, including a DUI, attempted assault, and trespassing, according to officials. They say she appeared in court but was later released without needing to post bond. The Spokane Sheriff's Office telling NBC News her charges might change but couldn't share specifics.
No kidding.
The pedal to the metal ordeal, leaving neighbors stunned, running into the street after a road-raged woman took a reckless leap, landing her in serious legal trouble. Dana Griffin, NBC News.
That is crazy. Like, that is insane. I've never seen nothing like that. I mean, that's a young kid riding a little, like, motorbike type of thing. And you're going to go charging at him with his, what? With your car? She didn't even have a bond. They let her go. Like, that's crazy. You don't think she's going to drink again? She needs to be put on one of them things that where you drink, it'll be like, do. That is insane. She needs to be, 100%. She should be charged with that. 100%. That's just crazy. Like, what's wrong with people nowadays? Like, I just don't get it. So a man records himself popping wheelies and fleeing from troopers doing more than 160 miles an hour. This is out of Utah. A man was arrested after he allegedly posted a video of himself popping wheelies and fleeing from a trooper doing more than 160 miles an hour on his motorcycle. Spencer Clausen, 19 years old, was arrested on Wednesday as suspicion of failure to stop or respond to a commanding officer, third-degree felony, reckless endangerment, a Class A misdemeanor, reckless driving, Class B misdemeanor, maintaining committed failing to public nuisance, Class B misdemeanor, operating a vehicle without a license, Class C misdemeanor, speeding 100 miles per hour or more infraction, performing a wheelie on a motorcycle, another infraction, failure to signal, another infraction, equipment obstruction visibility, another infraction, failure to register or require registration, 2 infringements. Operating a motorcycle without a valid license, another infraction. Unlawful lane filtering, infractions. Lane splitting violation, infraction. Failure to operate within single lane, infraction. Motorcycle not to travel between lanes or rows of vehicles, infraction. Buying/possessing tobacco, cigarettes, underage, infraction. What? How old do you have to be in Utah to buy cigarettes? Utah Highway Patrol trooper was driving northbound on I-15 near Parish Lane before 7 p.m. on Wednesday, April 29th, when dispatch advised him and reckless driving motorcyclist was riding nearby. The trooper said he saw the rider approach him from behind, pull up next to him, and wave, appearing to be egging me on to try to stop him, he said. After driving right next to me and waving a few seconds, the rider popped a wheelie on the I-15 before speeding away at over 100 miles an hour, the trooper said. The troopers activated his lights and siren and tried to catch up. He reached 105 miles an hour, but said that the rider pulled away at more than 160 miles per hour, changing lanes several times without signaling. The trooper determined the rider was not going to stop, so he ended the pursuit. He returned to his headquarters, where another trooper showed him a social media post featuring the rider who was recording themselves recklessly riding, appearing to be the same rider who allegedly egged the trooper on. The account had several videos posted in which the rider fled other police agencies, including Woods Cross. One video taken from the helmet camera had the caption, "Tweaker Spawn Point," and showed his point of view of popping a wheelie in front of the trooper. They contacted Woods Cross Police Department and discovered that they too were investigating the account, which belonged to Clausen. Detectives were already planning to serve a search warrant on Clausen's residence Friday, May 1st. Troopers eventually found Clausen in an unregistered Audi, pulling him over and took him into custody. They impounded the Audi, and Clausen was booked into the Davis County Jail. They didn't say how much his bond was or any of that shit. Stacking the charges, right? They wanted this guy under the jail. Yeah, they're not playing games. If you run from the cops, you're doing years in prison. You're doing at least 1 to 2, 3 years in prison. Depends on how much, like what you do. Sounds to me like he's going to be doing like 2 to 5. Right when you start running from the cops, you're in deep shit. Don't even do it. Like, just pull over. I mean, what's the worst they're gonna do? Give you a fucking ticket? So what? They tow your car? So what? You get it back. Like, it's not the end of the world, right? So in other news, I mean, these stories just keep going and going. Like, I don't know what's going on with the world, but So this is a crazy story that happened in the town over from me. If you guys haven't heard that rapper Jay Wick, you know that white dude who did that song, I put hot sauce on a pork chop sandwich. He got arrested for shooting a guy and then going and performing a little while later like nothing happened. They took him into custody. He's in jail now, charged with attempted murder. Let's see here. So this happened on I-84 eastbound lane in Southington, Connecticut. So this guy pulled over his truck, right? Began taking off his clothes and running around on the highway. They end up taking him into custody, right? He was trying to get into different cars. He was running up to cars and trying the car doors and shit like that. Guy's crazy. Like, he was running up to all these different cars trying to grab the handle and see if they're working. Like, if he could get in. Just crazy. Insane. I got one picture of him, like, really trying the door, too. Let me see if I can find it. Here's one. This dude just running down the highway, trying all these different car doors. And this lasted a while, it says. So it says, man running down the highway attempting to enter vehicle, stripped clothes off in Southington, I-84 eastbound, exit 31 to 32 in Southington, Connecticut. This happened May 8th, 2026 at 6:41 a.m. So it's this morning. Troopers responded to a pedestrian walking into several lanes of I-84 eastbound. That's like a very busy highway. Goes from Waterbury to Hartford, and further. But the male was walking through lanes of traffic, attempting to stop vehicles. The male removed his pants and shoes while walking on the highway. Callers reported that the man was trying to open car doors and stop motorists. Callers reported the individual said he was high on fentanyl. Individual later laid on the hood of a stopped vehicle. Police said Southington police officers responded to the scene. Individual was taken into custody by EMS. Traffic was temporarily disrupted in the area during the incident. The male's pants and shoes were recovered along the shoulder of the highway. Like, what would cause someone to just do that? I guess we all know, right? It's fucking drugs. But anyway, let's get to the topic at hand. We're talking about Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club. Will they be labeled a criminal organization? And the answer is yes. They will be labeled a criminal organization. They already are. I know they don't want to be associated with that type of shit, but I think because of the past, right? It's not going to matter. All right, it says here, Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club, primarily considered a Canadian outlaw motorcycle gang with a history of violent criminal activity. While they have reemerged in 2025, they are not widely recognized as a major organized crime entity, especially operating within the United States. Law enforcement generally defines them as an outlaw club rather than a U.S.-based criminal organization. So right now in the U.S., they're not really recognized because they're not big enough to be recognized like that. But in Canada, right? Let's see. Because of their past, It says, yes, Satan's Choice Club is considered an outlaw motorcycle gang and a criminal organization in Canada because they have a long history of involvement in organized crime, including drug trafficking, weapon offenses, and violence. Historically, Ontario's most powerful gang, most of its members were absorbed by the Hells Angels in 2000, but the club was re-emerged. Their criminal statuses, law enforcement agencies, including Ontario Biker Enforcement Unit, identify them as an outlaw motorcycle gang known for serious criminal activity. The resurgence. As of 2025 and 2026, the club has been relaunched by former members, prompting increasing police surveillance due to concerns about renewed violence and competition with other gangs. So that's why police are monitoring Satan's Choice and other 1% motorcycle clubs, because they are often involved in organized criminal enterprises, including drugs, weapon, and human trafficking, they say. They are definitely flourishing in Canada because they're a Canadian club. Do you guys think that they will be able to continue to grow and exist with no problems in Canada, or do you think the police will try to make a problem for them in Canada? Hey, happy Friday, Richard. Thank you for joining me today. Johnny Weed Seed, what's going on? Shout out to you, man. Because of the patch being a 1% patch, 100%. He's doing the fentanyl shuffle. Attempted carjack in 4 years. All for what? Dude's gonna wake up in the cell like, what happened? They call him Streak. I saw your post shortly after I saw it on the news. Oh, you did? Which one? Which one, Tommy? Someone got a bad batch. Probably. Tweaker Geographic. So I did an interview with a show called Tweaker TV, right? And it's this woman who lived in this complex, and the neighbors moved out. It was like a nice complex, right? Like kind of like condos type shit. She had a Ring doorbell camera, and these tweakers moved in next door. And she has all this footage of these crazy tweakers going to the door. She said one day, and I'm going to show you guys all these videos. So one day she's looking at the video and she sees like she's carrying like car parts, like a fucking rear view mirror and a fucking bumper. Next thing you know, this chick is carrying a fucking car door, a truck car door up to her apartment. And she's got all this on video. And something happened where the police get into a shootout with this guy. He runs and hides from them. He goes and hides in that apartment next door to this lady. So, and she knows who this person is. She's seen him going there all the time. So she ended up calling the police. And the cops come and they surround the fucking place. And he has a wild name, some crazy name. I forgot his name. Something weird. His name's like Cartoon or some shit like that. And it made national news about this guy who got arrested during this police standoff because of his name. So I interviewed this woman and she has all this footage, and I'm putting together the interview for you guys, and that one should be dropping probably by next week. So I'm working on it for you guys. But the question I have for you is, do you think that they will be able to exist in the United States with no problem? This is how the Ontario Provincial, I can't even pronounce that shit. Provincial police get the biker crime unit more funding. Of course they're going to deem them a gang. 100%. The Fed's building a case. These guys have a tough road ahead of them. 100%. 5 members of the Sin City Disciples just got arrested in Ocean City, Maryland yesterday in bike theft. No, they just got sentenced, man. I already covered that, bro. They just got sentenced. They didn't get arrested. They got sentenced this week. 5 people associated with Sin City Disciples MC have been sentenced to 5 to 20 years in prison. Already own it, man. Hey, what's up, Staxx? OB Joe, catching the show. Thank you for joining me, man. Channel 3 Eyewitness News. It's going to be a hot summer in South Carolina. Yes, it is going to be a wild one. Definitely is. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, man. Nobody gets seriously hurt. And I got to say this again, that when I did the show about Hellboy, his post does not reflect the thoughts of the Pagans Motorcycle Club. The post he made on Facebook has nothing to do with the Pagans. He doesn't speak for the club. Just want to make you guys aware of that. So when Satan's Choice did their ride, I think it was the first ride of the year. It was pretty big. I mean, it was a pretty big turnout. I think there was like 70, probably around 70 bikes there, maybe. Could be more, could be less. I'm not 100% sure, but there was a lot. Let's take a look. But look at all these cops.
How's it going? Welcome, committee. Nice.
You got fucking Habibi. Habibi.
How's it going? Welcome, committee. Nice.
They're thinking, we're going to get your ass, right? You know, that morning, they probably all had a big powwow like, we're going to go out and we're going to surveil Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club. We're going to take pictures of all these guys. Because that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. Took pictures of every single person with a patch on. They're cataloging them all. And they're going to use that for future endeavors, right? Hey, Dave, what's up, man? Staxx, do you think we'll move on SC first, Canadian or the U.S. Feds? Probably in Canada, I would think. I don't think they have a big enough presence in the U.S. for them to target them yet. But I don't know. I'm not law enforcement. Look at how many cops are there. They're all around. They're like stationed everywhere across the street. They're right there. They're running lights right there. See them in the background. Boom, boom, boom. It is going to be a crazy summer. Was it cold there that day? Look, this guy's just taking pictures of everybody. Click, 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 click. Leave them out in the cold and mock them some more. 100%. Watch, even when they pull out, right? Even when they're using a lot of social media posts. they're going through all of social media and they're logging all of it. I spoke to the former undercover in Canada, right? He said they love social media. It's the best thing they use, they said. It is their best weapon. I'm like, that's crazy because they're using social media against people. It's insane. And a lot of clubs have rules about that, right? No social media. That's why when I say Hellboy, his post was how he personally feels. It has nothing to do with the club in general. He doesn't speak for the club. And watch when they pull out. The cops are there, like sitting in back of them so they could follow them after they pull out. We only mock the truth. Mocking with lies doesn't work. Truth burns fucking hot. 100% it does. People don't like the truth. They don't. Why not? He didn't go on the ride. Why not?
Okay.
Hey, Jimster, I don't think they consider Twin Outlaw Brotherhood a 1% club. I'm just saying.
Body cameras rolling there about the
Yeah. Oh, I can do that.
We got some big interviews coming up. I'm interviewing a member of Satan's Choice today. The interview will be out tomorrow.
Oh, we got the vantage point right here.
Hell no. Ain't nobody proud of them taking away freedom of speech. You just got to be aware of what you're saying on the internet. You know? Deleted my Facebook about a year ago. I got my patch. YouTube is the only SM I use. They will use it against you 100%. I mean, look at this shit with that rapper Kodak Black. All the stuff he's trying to deny, there's pictures of him with it on social media.
All right.
Cops everywhere.
Let's go. Come on up here, buddy.
The finger to the coppers or what?
Yeah.
Hey, holler. Crazy. Craziness.
Yes, he is.
What a turnout, eh? Crazy, man.
It is crazy to see a lot of bikes, right? Look at them writing down license plates, running plates. It's just like, what? Like, they can't just leave them alone. And they do this to every club out there, regardless if they have a get together, the police are not far away. Maybe sometimes they don't make themselves known, but they're watching. They're always watching. Especially 1% clubs. $65 in the chat, only 36 likes. Make sure you hit the like button. Show support to the show. I appreciate that, Lindsay. Thank you. I'm trying to run this live a little longer because I've been slacking lately.
See what happens later. Yeah. Let's go, guys. Share the lives. Tag someone. Yeah, I know, right?
Shout out to Rusty Dusty.
I didn't know what you were doing, man. I'm like, what are you
No.
I hit up Rusty Dusty, what was it, yesterday or something? He's like, what's up, man? I'm on live. He saw me on live. Shout out to Rusty Dusty. Shout out to the dude he introduced me to yesterday. I forgot his name.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. Let's go!
They are deep, though, huh? Especially up there in Canada. I mean, this is a Canadian-born club, right? Look, see the cop taking pictures across the street? I think they'll flourish in Canada. Definitely. They got a big chance to be huge out there in Canada and other parts of the world. I'll ask him, wild card. I'll ask all the good questions, don't worry.
Look at this guy over here, look. Look at this guy across the street. Got a guy across the street right here. On a small bike.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Well, what do you guys think? Do you think they will have a problem moving forward? Do you think the police will target them more in the future? Do you think they'll have it pretty easy? I want to know what your thoughts are on this situation. We got a lot of great content on the way. Stay tuned. If you want to help out the show, you can hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App and Chattin With Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. Every dollar goes a long way. It goes right back into the show so I can bring you the dopest content possible. If you want to tell your story, I don't need the club story. I want your story. Tell me your story. Just email me at billstaxx2021@gmail.com and we'll make it happen. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.